This article is about the demographic features of the population of Paraguay, including population density, ethnicity, education level, health of the populace, economic status, religious affiliations and other aspects of the population. Paraguay's population is distributed unevenly throughout the country. The vast majority of the people live in the eastern region, most within 160 kilometers of Asunción. The capital and largest city faces Argentina to the south and west. The Gran Chaco, which accounts for about 60% of the territory, is home to less than 2% of the population. The Paraguay government encouraged massive settlement of the vast Gran Chaco. Ethnically, culturally, and socially, Paraguay has one of the most homogeneous populations in South America. About 95% of the people are mestizo, mixed Spanish and Guarani Native American descent. Little trace is left of the original Guarani culture except the language, which is spoken by 90% of the population. About 75% of all Paraguayans also speak Spanish. Guarani and Spanish are official languages. Other demographers contend the total, mostly white percentage has grown in the last century as a result of European immigration, and white people are now estimated at 20% to one-fifth of the country's population. Not completely homogeneous, Paraguay has a history of other settlement, especially in the 20th century. Germans, the majority are Mennonites, with long-reign dictator Alfredo Stroessner, himself of German ancestry, Japanese with Okinawans, Koreans, ethnic Chinese, Arabs, Ukrainians, Poles, Southern Europeans, Jews, Brazilians, and Argentines are among those who have settled in Paraguay. There are also an estimated 234,000 Afro-Paraguayans, or 4% of the population. European and Middle Eastern immigrants began making the way to Paraguay in the decades following the Paraguayan War, in which aftermath only 28,000 men and 200,000 women had survived. The reason why Paraguay had since then a high rate of illegitimate births. The government pursued a pro-immigration policy in an effort to increase population. Government records indicated that approximately 12,000 immigrants entered the port of Asunción between 1882 and 1907. Of that total, almost 9,000 came from Italy, Germany, France, and Spain. Migrants also arrived from neighboring Spanish-American countries, especially Argentina. The immigrant ethnic groups kept their cultures and languages to some extent, especially Brazilians known as Brancos, which is also the nickname for Brazilians in Bolivia. In addition, official records gave an imprecise sense of the number of Brazilians who had come to the country. According to the 1982 census, there were 99,000 Brazilians residing in Paraguay. Most analysts discounted this figure, however, and contended that between 300,000 and 350,000 Brazilians lived in the eastern border region. Analysts also rejected government figures on the number of immigrants from South Korea, Hong Kong and Taiwan. The 1982 census reported that there were 2,700 Koreans in Paraguay, along with another 1,100 non-Japanese and non-Korean Asian immigrants. The actual number of Koreans and ethnic Chinese, however, was believed to be between 30,000 and 50,000. Virtually all Koreans and ethnic Chinese lived in Ciudad del Este or Asunción and played a major role in the importation and sale of electronic goods manufactured in Asia. Paraguay was the site of radical and progressive colonies by political thinkers of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. A group of radical socialist Australians in the 1890s voluntarily went to create a failed master-planned community known as Nueva Australia, and Elisabeth Nietzsche, a German racial ideologist and sister of philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, came to Paraguay in her attempt to build a colony, Nueva Germania, devoted to a hypothetical pure white Nordic society in the 1890s. Population. According to the 2010 revision of the World Population Prospects, the total population was 6,455,000 in 2010, compared to only 1,473,000 in 1950. The proportion of children below the age of 15 in 2010 was 33.5%, 61.4% was between 15 and 65 years of age, while 5.1% was 65 years or older. Structure of the population. Structure of the population. Vital statistics. Registration of vital events is in Paraguay not complete. The Population Department of the United Nations prepared the following estimates: births and deaths, total fertility rate, total fertility rate, ethnic groups, religions, languages. CIA World Fact Book. Demographic statistics. The following demographic statistics are from the CIA World Fact Book, unless otherwise indicated. Median age: male 35.3 years, female 32.8 years. Population growth rate 1.284%. Sex ratio at birth 1.05 male, female. Under 15 years 1.034 male, female. 15 to 64 years 1.01 male, female. 65 years and over 0.857 male, female. Total population 1.01 male, female. HIV/AIDS adult prevalence rate 0.3%. HIV/AIDS people living with HIV/AIDS 13,000 HIV/AIDS deaths and LT 500 literacy definition age 15 and over can read and write. Total population 94%, male 94.9%, female 93%.